Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Bitcoin video. The market's been relatively boring over the last 2 days. Not too much has happened. In fact, we've been in the same price range at around this 28k region, 27 to 28k region, just below 26k, which is our major resistance, for over a week now. Over a week, heading on to just into a week and a half, going on 2 weeks in a few days. So, yeah, it's been pretty boring stuff, I'm not going to lie. But over that period of time, the evidence has become more and more clear that it is likely that we see a correction from this region. Now, I made a video a couple days ago explaining to people the kind of strategy that I'm taking for this current price region, and people want to know, Wolf, how are you making money in the market? And I've given them a kind of a rundown of what my strategy is for this current, price action right now. My strategy was essentially this, right? I'm relying pretty heavily on this yellow line, this yellow uptrending line, stemming from October 2022, all the way through to the current price point. We rejected from it on multiple occasions over here. We're currently holding it for support. If we do break down below that line, I will be taking a short position, and I'll take that short position down to around 25.2k, which is the top of the local range we saw since June. That will be my short scenario. If we do happen to break to the upside, I would be looking for a weekly candle close before entering any kind of position, because I think that it's such a large time frame, that resistance at 28.6k is such a large time frame resistance. We were holding this thing for support back here in 2021. I think we're going to need a little bit more of a daily candle. I think we need a weekly candle, and if we do get that weekly candle close above 28.6k, then we can look for some trades to the upside, look for some long positions to the upside, looking at price regions like 31.7k, looking at price regions like 37.8k. Those are some targets to the upside there. I did a full video discussing my strategy regarding Bitcoin, whether it goes up or down over my last video I did, so 2 days ago. If you're interested in that, please go ahead and check that out. I'm not going to cover too much of that today, but that's basically what I'm looking for Bitcoin there. As for the TA itself, there isn't really much to update. The only thing I can really tell you is that it looks slightly more bearish than it did a couple of days ago, and that's because we've got basically, it could be some sort of diamond formation. A diamond formation is some sort of bearish formation that essentially represents local tops. I'm just very roughly drawing it in here, but essentially it looks something like that. And again, it represents tops, it represents reversal zones. So we could be seeing some sort of correction from this price region. If you want to look at it from a different perspective, you could also say, well, that looks like a double top. And you'd be right in saying that as well. You'd also look at the fact that the RSI the RSI resistance is still very much active. It's still very much there, and it's a very big bearish divergence in the RSI that's stemming all the way back here from January 14th. So this is a 2-month, going on 3-month long bearish divergence on the RSI on the daily chart. It is indicative of some sort of correction here, perhaps down below this yellow line. I've made the case before in previous videos that the only real argument you could possibly have at this price point for Bitcoin breaking upwards on a local time frame, right? I think macro, the bottom's in, obviously, it's in 16k, but on a local time frame, the only real evidence you really have for Bitcoin breaking upwards from here without a correction is basically looking at a fractal from 2019. And that fractal from 2019 basically relies on the fact that we had an uptrending resistance line very similar to the yellow line we have here in 2019, around the 2019-2018 bear market bottom. As you can see, we formed that resistance over here. A few months later, we were rejecting off it for resistance, and when we broke above it, we zoomed to the upside. Now, the reason why this is relevant is because it happened at the low, just like what's happening right now, and it also happened at resistance given by the bull market support zone at 6k. Now, let's go over to the current time frame, the current couple of years. As you can see, this happened at this uptrending yellow line, just like in 2018. It's happening at the low, and it's also happening at the bull market support zone and bear market resistance zone at 28.6k. So you could make the argument that just like 2018, we are going to be skyrocketing to the upside very soon. However, that argument is starting to fall flat. And the reason why that argument is starting to fall flat is because we are seeing consolidation, okay? Now look, we've broken above the yellow line. We're seeing consolidation. Go back to 2019. We didn't see any bloody consolidation, okay? We broke above the yellow line and we zoomed right upwards after that. So I think that basically the short-term bullish arguments are essentially non-existent. For us to move upwards in the short term would be interesting to say the least. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again, and this is kind of turning into a broken record in this price region, but it really does need to be said. The only thing we can do as analysts, the only thing we can do as traders is put our eggs in the right basket. The basket that has the higher probability of playing out, right? As of right now, I don't think that the short-term long scenario is particularly strong, but I also don't think you should be taking shorts right here. I think if you're going to take shorts, like I said before, wait for a confirmed breakdown. Wait for a breakdown below the yellow line. And this is why I'm a breakout trader, because I don't need to, I don't specifically need to make a prediction about where the price is going right now, because I have a plan if it goes up, I have a plan if it goes down, both of them are profitable. Who cares where the price goes? And I think there's a lot of confusion, a lot of amateurs in the market who perhaps don't have the investing experience, who perhaps don't have the trading experience. They think that at every price point you need to make these elaborate predictions. That's the only way you're going to make money. You don't need to do that. Breakout traders don't make predictions really at all until something's happened, right? I could very easily sit here. Now, with that said, my channel wouldn't be as entertaining, but I could very easily sit here, not make a single prediction on Bitcoin, and just say every single video, if it does this, do that. If it does this, do that. And I'd still make money, and you'll still make money as well. But obviously, it's not as entertaining, and people like to hear my personal opinion about it. And I'll tell you right now, my personal opinion is this. I think that Bitcoin will go downwards in the short term. I think that it will break down from this yellow line. It will probably retest 25.2K, and then it will come back up later in the next couple of months and break above 28.6. That's what I would guess would happen. But guess what? Even if I'm wrong, I don't lose any money. And I don't make any less money, because I've got a plan if it goes up, plan if it goes down. It really doesn't matter to me at all. And yeah, again, that's a misconception a lot of people have. But I do want to make sure people understand that, this 28.6K resistance, this red line resistance here, isn't just a random zone that people have picked out of thin air. It's been tested time and time again for years. It is also where the Gaussian channel, coincidentally, in quotations there, because nothing's really a coincidence when it comes to TA, the Gaussian channel center line is right there on top of 28.6K roughly for resistance right now. You can say it's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It lines up intentionally. All this stuff happens for a reason. And if we break that to the upside, that's amazing as well. And then, that would be breaking above the weekly Gaussian, which every single time we've done that in the past, it leads to a move to the upside. Every time we lose the center line or gain the center line, it leads to a dramatic move. You can just go through history on the weekly chart and see that happen here. So, breaking above 28.6, if you haven't bought yet on a macro scale, if you're looking to add more Bitcoin to your bag on a macro scale, you'd be waiting for that weekly close above 28.6. Now, the weekly candle does close in 12 hours. So, there is technically a chance that we break above it within the next 12 hours, but again, I don't think it's particularly likely, but I suppose we'll wait and see, and we'll see what happens, and we'll make a video tomorrow and cover what happened in that weekly candle. I think what's more likely is the weekly candle closes about where it is now in that doji formation. We see a little bit of reversal and come back up later on. There's really no rush to break 28.6K. I've made the point in multiple videos now that each bull market has a bull market support zone and a bear market resistance zone. I'm circling them in previous cycles right now. You can see on the screen. And, generally speaking, I've taken some measurements on my charts here. In around 2015, it took 420 days from the time we lost that line to get back above that line. In 2018, it took 189 days. Currently, we're in about that, that roughly 290 day range. We're a little bit ahead of time. We're actually a little bit ahead of schedule. The average out of the two last times would put us at breaking above 28.6K on the 10th of April, and that's a couple of weeks away. And if we were to go as long as we did in consolidation, as we did in 2015, we wouldn't be breaking 28.6 until July. So really, until July, we're in fine territory. So long as we break above it by July, there's no need for concern whatsoever. 28.6K, we've got 4 months, so plenty of time to get above it. And given the macro and given 4-year cycle and how well that's been playing out recently as well, I really do see no reason why we won't be able to get above it within 4 months. So that's basically Bitcoin, guys. Again, really not much to update. I'm just briefly going over some stuff that I've been for a bit over before. 12 hours into the weekly candle close. Keep an eye on it for sure. Who knows? We might see some random news event and it might speed the process up and pump us up. But if we don't see that happen, it seems relatively unlikely, in my opinion, that we get above it in the next 12 hours. So thank you for watching, guys. Before we end the video, let's check out a few things. We've got the BitGet exchange, best exchange in the market in my personal opinion. I've been using this exchange for over a year now for my personal trading endeavors, and I highly recommend everyone on the Wolves of Crypto YouTube channel does use this exchange as well. You got 5 times lower fees than Binance, non-KYC, copy trading, everything you really need from exchange. They've released their reserves information. They've got a protection fund. They've got everything you need. And if you sign up using my exclusive referral link in the description below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount on this exchange for life. So go ahead and do that. And then also, if you're interested in trading and learning how to trade for yourself, you perhaps just don't know where to start. Obviously there's multiple routes you can take. You can do YouTube videos, you can do anything, read a book, websites, whatever, but you can also take the Crypto Academy course. This is a paid course, so you will be paying for it, but it's got everything you need to know about trading in one location, developed by myself and Mega Crypto, who's a respected analyst on YouTube within the cryptocurrency space. And if you're interested in that, check out the website, read about it, and throw us an email, and we'll get back to you with any questions you might have and any information about the course if you wish to proceed with purchasing it. So that's what you can do as well if you want to learn how to trade. And then finally, guys, the VIP group. Altcoin signals every second day on the VIP group. Go ahead and check that out. It's 100 USD for 3 months. And I've had, I think right now I've got 109 members in there. And, a lot of the trades have been very profitable. We've released our results in the past. So you can see our track record. And we're also releasing the results for Q1, which is January, February, March, in about 4 or 5 days. So keep an eye on all that. All the information you need is in the description below. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers.